A bargain at the pumps. Why gas prices are falling. A sizzling stampede.
Probably heading to BMO.
Got a stroller fan.
Stroller fan.
Canopy. And then, yeah, just lots of water.
The search for ways to cool off. And waiting for treatment.
1 in 5 Canadians doesn't have a family doctor. They're the gateway to the system.
Canada's poor record in getting cancer medication to patients.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. It was a good old-fashioned gas price war, but it was short-lived. Some Calgary drivers waited in long lineups to fill up today at close to $1 per litre as fluctuations continue in the city. Jordan Canigan is in Sundance with more. And Jordan, that station was one of the lowest prices in the city.
Ian, it was the lowest that we could find today. The tempo behind me earlier on for a few hours was selling at 102.9. That's the lowest Calgary has seen since about the end of 2020. It's since upped its price back to 122, but drivers still may be able to find some of those hours-long gasoline sell-offs, at least for the next day or two. Earlier on today as well, at a mobile station in Shaughnessy, not far from where I am, it was just above $1 for a few hours today as well. People lined up and packed the pumps to fill up at 103.8. That station has since increased prices as well. And last night, people filled up for 103.9 at some Petro-Canadas. Global oil price changes and instability in the Middle East all contributing to gasoline price variations basically across Canada. Some stations in Winnipeg seeing prices around a loonie as well earlier this week. So it's not a one-off, but it does not last very long. One analyst we spoke to says take advantage when you can.
You know, I would say the break-even probably for areas like Calgary, the break-even's probably about $1.20 a liter today. So, you know, the margin for a lot of stations might only be 9 or 10 cents a liter. And those stations that are selling close to $1 are probably taking it on the chin.
And DeHaan says, quite simply, it's just a price war, and it is something that stations can't really sustain for very long. Now, you can still find some of those lower prices at some of the stations in the city, but right now the city's average is actually about 2 cents higher than it was last week. And as that has increased as tensions have cooled off in the Middle East, but still watch for some of those bargains, DeHaan says, as they could be popping up over the next day or two.
Keep your eyes peeled. Thanks very much, Jordan. A report from Deloitte is forecasting a big jump in Alberta natural gas prices next year. That's because the country's first West Coast export facility is now up and running. LNG Canada launched its first shipment to Asia from Kitimat, BC last week. Deloitte says the facility will give producers, especially in Alberta, the confidence they need to invest in new drilling.
Right now, I think for the first half of the year, the Canadian price was like something like $1.95. We're expecting something a little higher than that, $2.20 for the last half of the year. But we're talking about $3.45 gas in the subsequent year.
You can expect your natural gas bill to increase too, so those on a floating rate may want to consider switching to a fixed rate. It's a scorcher down at Stampede Park today, and with all the pavement and the people, it gets even hotter. Alicia Fieldberg joins us from the ground. So, Alicia, what's the temperature right where you are?
Well, Ian, according to this temperature gun, it is 33 degrees, and we are in the shade right now. Now, if you're spending several hours down here having a good time, that can be dangerous, so it's important to take breaks and keep hydrated. Now, I did use this temperature gun to check out some places throughout the park today, and I found some places that did offer a bit of relief. Now, it was about 30 degrees Celsius today at the Elbow River Camp. In the shady grandstand seats, it was about 25 degrees. In the BMO's Western Oasis, it was 23 degrees. And in the Western Event Center, it was 21 degrees. The worst, of course, was the Midway pavement, which was 46 degrees this afternoon. Now, if the heat starts making you feel lightheaded or nauseous with a fast heart rate, you might need medical attention. There are EMS crews down here there, and you can call 911 to get connected with help. Now, pretty much every stampede, we do get some extreme heat, so people do know how to plan ahead.
Probably heading to BMO.
Got a stroller fan.
Stroller fan.
Canopy. And then, yeah, just lots of water.
We'll go into the Big Four. There's an arcade in there that we saw.
What?
Yes. So we're going to go see that. And then we'll just take lots of breaks.
Now, Ian, every time Stampede does get over 27 degrees, it does add some more misters and water fountains to the area. And those misters, they actually do cool you down quite a bit. I took a temperature reading with this temperature gun, and it said it was about 19 degrees. So even though it's brief, it's cool.
Sounds great. Thanks very much, Marisha. So you heard it, Danielle, 33 degrees in the shade, and that's not the official airport temperature that we rely on.
Right, yeah.
But you have to wonder if we came close to a record today.
Right, so when we look at records, we have to go with the airport. The long time, it has a long history.
Yes.
And it also is a very precise way of taking temperature. We are close, not there. And I say yet because we may break it. So while that says 31 right there, the temperature is actually 30.6 at the airport right now. And the record for this day is 31.7, holding from 1919. So if we go up a degree and a bit, we'll beat it. Okay, let's talk about the forecast here, because this is a one-day extreme heat day, but we're going to be quite different for tomorrow. Our 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit fifthavvw.com and look at tomorrow's daytime high, 25 degrees, so a lot more reasonable and a little windy at times as well. We will have some cloud cover in the morning and then also in the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms and a good chance of a few showers. More details coming up, Ian.
Thank you, Danielle. A man has been charged with first-degree murder after providing fentanyl to a teenager. 5 years ago, an 18-year-old Chestermere resident died after consuming cough syrup laced with a fatal dose of fentanyl. Today, RCMP announced Mohit Sandhu from Conrich has been charged. Court documents say the accused is also facing an attempted murder charge after he allegedly gave the laced cough syrup to a 25-year-old Calgary resident who did not end up drinking it. Police have issued a warrant for Regina Carla Fitzgerald. Investigators believe the 49-year-old sexually assaulted a 13-year-old boy near the Somerset Bridlewood C train station. Fitzgerald is accused of approaching the boy on June 1st, making sexual comments and touching him inappropriately. The boy ran away and reported it to an adult. The Royal Canadian Legion No. 1 is in dire need of donations to repair its roof, and it's expected to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tyson Fedor joins us live. And Tyson, some community members are already stepping up.
Ian, Western Healthcare in the Northeast is setting up a fundraiser for next month. It offers medical equipment to seniors, refugees, and veterans, and all donations from that fundraiser will go towards helping repair that roof in behind me here downtown. Now, to date, $6,000 has been raised so far, but there is a long way to go. The Legion is a historic site, and the exterior has been falling apart with the roof in need of major repairs. It's expected to cost north of $270,000 to repair the roof fully, with the president hopeful that can be done in the next 5 years. The air conditioning unit is expected to run another $15,000, while the windows that are originals from 1922 are also in need of replacing. Now, with a dwindling membership base, the Legion is wanting to see more people look to sign up.
We have the emergency roof repair, which is going to start on the Monday following the stampede, if weather cooperates. So the assessment for it was $12,000, and the actual work is $30,000, so $42,000.
Now, if you're looking to sign up and become a member of a local Legion, all you have to do is prove that you're a Canadian citizen and fill out a membership form inside the Legion. And donations for this roof repair are quite easy. You can go online to the Legion's website or actually walk through the front doors, and they have a tap and pay system in increments of $5, $10, or $20. Ian?
Making it easy for people to donate. Thanks very much, Tyson. Supply chain issues are affecting repairs of the gondola at the Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. In March, a cabin near the base of the Golden Eagle Express gondola fell to the ground. 8 passengers inside avoided serious injury. The gondola has been closed ever since. The resort says all gondola cabin hanger arms will be replaced with newly manufactured parts. However, due to supply chain delays, the parts are now expected to ship during the first week of August. Hikers and mountain bikers looking for some uphill assistance still have access to a chairlift. Official complaints about loud music from Stampede tents are adding up. Next, how the city is dealing with the source of those complaints. And Canada's poor grades compared to other developed nations, making sure cancer patients get the medication they need. Also, if you have a news tip for us, text us at 10400. Noise complaints about the Cowboys Stampede tent more than doubled overnight. The music tent at Cowboys Park received 23 noise complaints overnight. Prior to that, the city had received 16 noise complaints since the start of Stampede. The festival tent has been granted a noise exemption, and that means music can play at 85 decibels until 1:30 a.m. In a statement, the city says between midnight and 1 a.m. on Tuesday, officers found both Cowboys and the Badlands tents were in breach of sound levels. Both sites were educated and the sound was adjusted to comply. I'm sure it will be a busy night down there once again, a hot night, and as a matter of fact, the weather is changing as we speak.
Yeah, we just broke the record, I believe.
Really?
Now Environment Canada has to go through the numbers at the end of the day and confirm it, but we just got to 31.9, and the record from 1919, 31.7.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, so there we go. Many communities breaking records in parts of southeastern BC and southern Alberta because, yes, it's a hot one out there. Okay, let's talk about temperatures in and around the city. In downtown at 32, Windsport at 31, Bragg Creek at 29, the same as Cochrane, and 32 in Strathmore. So stay hydrated and get your daily dose of greens. It's Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. All right, when we look at the temperatures overall for parts of southern BC and all of Alberta, basically the further south you go, you can see the temperatures looking a little warmer. So a lot of 30s in the south and a lot of 30s in the south here. This is the warmest area in the country at this point, and many records, I'm sure, will be broken today. This is why we do have a heat warning in place. So the heat warning requires 2 consecutive days of a certain amount of heat, and even the overnight lows have to be quite warm in the mid-teens to hold on to that, because it's really showing that there's no relief from the heat. So for the 2 consecutive days, today and tomorrow, areas just to the east of Calgary, so Strathmore is included in this, over to Brooks, down through Vulcan, Champion, Medicine Hat, and down through Manyberries, Foremost. These areas are under the heat warning at this point because this will be another hot one tomorrow in most of these communities, whereas Calgary's going to cool down starting tomorrow, and then it'll take an extra day for that cooler air to make its way to the southeast corner. I'll show you what I mean. It's really what we're looking at. This ridge of high pressure is in place, and this is redirecting all the cloud and moisture up and around us. But this pattern is going to start to shift down. So it's going to impact Calgary tomorrow. We'll see some clouds. We won't be as hot tomorrow. We may even see some shower and thunderstorm activity later in the day. And then that will start to move its way into the far south. So here's a look at that upper level trough that will force the jet stream down a little bit. And that really main thing is Thursday. So many communities in the far south, including Calgary, could pick up a fairly decent amount of rainfall on Thursday, and then another ridge builds in. So for Friday and the weekend, temperatures will be able to build again as we get a lot more sunshine and stable weather once again with the second ridge of high pressure. Okay, so here we go. There's that ridge and that jet stream starting to shift off to the south. So by tomorrow morning, clouds, mainly cloudy skies in Calgary. Even tonight in the southeast corner of BC, we're looking at the potential of showers and thunderstorm activity. We have the chance of showers and thunderstorm activity closer to those supper hours tomorrow in Calgary. And then the next wave of this arrives on Thursday, which the rain could be a little more consistent and heavy at times. So we'll pick up at least a couple millimeters on Thursday in Calgary, and even further to the south, Lethbridge could pick up up about 5 millimeters from this. Looking at that longer range forecast for Calgary, 25 degrees for tomorrow. So a lot more reasonable than the over 30 for today and potentially record-breaking heat. Gusts northwest 40 kilometers per hour, and again, showers are possible. Definitely mainly cloudy skies. Don't expect a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Thursday, rain heavy at times, 2 to 4 millimeters possible, and just a high of 19, and a cooler wind to the north as well. A nice reprieve because then temperatures will build mid-20s for Friday and Saturday.
A group of physicians, nurses, and pharmacists is calling for the elimination of barriers to cancer treatment in Canada. Pauline Chan has more on the changes they're seeking.
When it comes to patients accessing new medications, Canada has an abysmal record.
So compared to other countries, we're the second slowest in the OECD, like 19 out of 20. We're the slowest in the G7.
And when it comes to cancer patients, those months and years can add up to unnecessary hardship, poorer long-term outcomes, and on rare occasions, even lives lost.
Canada is a very siloed environment with different jurisdictions.
The CCAF points to a lack of primary care as one of the problems, leading to patients coming in when cancers are more advanced and harder to treat.
1 in 5 Canadians doesn't have a family doctor. They're the gateway to the system. So basics of getting ultrasounds, CTs.
It also says physicians waste too much time on paperwork, like writing out applications for compassionate access to drugs, which are still in the process of being approved or funded. Physicians spend 8.5 million hours per year on administrative tasks, time that could be spent on 55.6 million patient visits.
And there's a huge differential, not from province to province, but hospital to hospital. So access to basic diagnostic testing.
It also says the rise of genetic testing that can show if a person is likely to respond to a particular drug or not can save valuable time for doctors and patients.
Those tests might cost $6,000 for a test to do out of pocket if you go them to the States and ship a blood sample off or a tumor sample off. We can do them in Canada for $900 locally in our hospitals.
But it says Canada doesn't even have a standardized process to refer patients, let alone the equipment and skilled staff across the country to make genomic testing available and equitable for all Canadians. The CCAF is calling on senior levels of government, premiers, health ministers, and policy advisors to hear its message and make changes. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
It's an organization whose entire goal is to manage money. Next, AIMCO and the lofty dollar amounts it spent on executives' severance packages. Alberta's public investment fund spent $7.9 million last year for severance packages to executives it laid off. AIMCO paid Chief Investment Officer Marlene Puffer nearly $6 million in wages and benefits last September when it let her go. Puffer had been there for about 20 months. Weeks later, AIMCO fired the entire board, including CEO Evan Siddall. Former Prime Minister Stephen Harper has since been named board chair. AIMCO manages $180 billion in pension money for public employees in Alberta. The report on severance pay came in its annual report released in late June. An Edmonton company is taking advantage of the heat with a fully sustainable ice cream shop. It's called Bestie, and it's a pop-up retail business at an Edmonton community center, offering tasty, cool treats to beat the heat. 7 solar panels on a sea container are used to power the coolers and freezers, an environmentally friendly choice that the owners feel proud to endorse.
When we were trying to conceptualize the shop, we knew that it would be off the grid, but it didn't really sit right with us to just have this like fully generator-powered shop.
The solar energy is stored in locally made batteries, so the ice cream can stay frozen even when the sun isn't shining. A good old-fashioned gas price war in Calgary today. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. Some stations were offering gas at close to $1 a liter. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from drivers who faced long lines, but they were willing to do it to cash in on that deal. Plus, more on why the low prices were short-lived. Also ahead, a Behind the Barns tour at Stampede, how the facilities have changed over the years, plus some of the advancements planned for the years to come. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. 11 teams are set to compete in the Amazing Race Canada, and it all starts tonight.
The Commonwealth Stadium, home of the Edmonton Elks, and welcome to Season 11 of the Amazing Race Canada.
Last season's winners were from Edmonton, so that's where the new season kicks off. Representing Calgary this time around are brothers Osas and Asosa. Their family immigrated to our city from Nigeria. The brothers say they applied to be contestants on the show to honor their late father's dream of exploring Canada. Amazing Race Canada airs at 9 tonight, right here on CTV. At the world premiere of the new Superman movie, E-Talk spoke with one of the film's stars, who's from Edmonton.
This is crazy. I had a comic book rack in my room when I was a kid. I was steeped in all of this stuff, and here I am. It's my job. I'm living it. I'm literally living the dream.
Nathan Fillion stars as Green Lantern. As you can see on his finger, he held onto one of the props from the movie. Fillion says he loved playing the part. Superman hits theaters on Friday.
Now she does.
And you might want to cool off, perhaps, in a movie theater. It appears as though we've broken a record. It's 32 degrees. Danielle has details coming up. Danielle?
Yes?
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, mint chocolate chip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that one, too.
You?
I like chocolate, yeah.
Plain chocolate.
Well, I can get a little more complicated from time to time, yeah.
We're like, we don't have enough
No, we don't.
We've been thinking about ice cream this whole time because ice cream is great and fantastic when it's a record-breaking heat day. Now, these are unofficial numbers. Environment Canada still has to confirm this, but it looks like we got to 31.9 at the airport, and the record for the airport is 31.7 from 1919. So it's hot, as we know, and tomorrow will not be as hot. It'll be a nice relief. We'll have winds out of the northwest at times, gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour, a high of 25, a lot of cloud cover, and even some showers and thunderstorm potential later in the day. Ian?
Thanks, Danielle. The province is offering discounts to youth who want to visit attractions with the Canada Strong Pass. The pass will apply to all Alberta government historic sites and museums this summer. Entry is free for those 17 and under and half price for those 18 to 24. The program runs until September 2nd and allows for multiple visits to the 13 provincial sites. In southern Alberta, that includes the Royal Tyrrell Museum, the Frank Slide Interpretive Centre, and the Head Smashed-In Buffalo Jump. This summer, all Canadians can also enjoy free access to federal national parks and attractions. Thanks very much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.